YouTube fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again. Now, tomorrow night, we have a fight between AJ and Pulev. So, I get home today from work, and I'm on YouTube, right? And I see one of the few men that I respect in boxing that don't actually fight. He was a trainer. He had Mike Tyson under his belt. He had Shannon Briggs under his belt. He had Michael Mora under his belt, among many others. World champions. And I respect him to the highest degree, and that is Teddy Atlas. I saw that he had a video on his prediction between AJ and Pulev. Now, I did a video on that very fight yesterday. And I had some people that agree with me 100% in what I said in that video. I had some people who say, hey, man, I agree with you, but, or hey, Real Talk, I agree with about 80% of what you're saying. And then I had a handful of people who said, bro, you don't know nothing about boxing. Pulev sucks. His resume sucks. And he hasn't fought anybody. AJ is going to wipe the floor with this dude. He's going to straight mollywop Pulev. And I stated it's not going to be as easy as people think. I stated that AJ was going to have problems early on. I stated that I feel like in my heart that AJ will get dropped, but he will start coming on later on in the round once he puts Pulev at the end of his punches and either get a TKO victory or a unanimous decision. And for some reason, people said that I was crazy. Some of you, not all of you. All right. And I always end my videos, almost always end my videos with, hey, it's just my opinion. And sometimes I say it's my unprofessional opinion. Okay. Because this is Real Talk Boxing, you know, not Real Talk Boxing news. This is a regular Joe. And I would say a little bit more than a casual who used to box that's giving his opinion on fights, coming up fights, and just situations that occur in the boxing world. All right. So I decided to click on that video just to see if there were going to be any similarities in what I said versus what Teddy Atlas, a professional, views the fight. Okay. And you guys are going to be quite surprised that there were really, really, really similar points. Dang near spot on to my review. Since Real Talk don't know boxing, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. It's just my opinion. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. Is it because everybody wants to be right? Is it because everybody wants to prove somebody else wrong? Is it because everybody wants to make somebody else look stupid because of what they view in their opinion? I still don't get it. But I'm going to give you what Teddy said. I started to put some clips in this video, but I didn't want to get hit with nothing. So I'm going to leave it up to you to go watch Teddy Atlas's prediction of tomorrow night's fight against AJ and Pulev. Just in case you don't believe what I'm saying, because some of y'all just think I'll be lying. So go check the video out once you watch this video. This is what Teddy Atlas said. He started with Pulev. First thing he said, he's 39 years old. He has an extensive amateur background. Okay? And when he was brought on to the professional scene, people thought that he was going to be better than what he has actually been doing in his career. That's what Teddy said. Teddy says that he has a great jab. Very, very great jab. And he's very durable. But he's 39 years old. And he had one true test against Klitschko and got knocked out. But that was years ago. He was 34 years old. He was younger, probably stronger, fresher, and probably less skilled. Because more than likely he learned from that defeat, in my opinion. And so he goes to AJ and says, AJ, you know, let's talk about AJ and what I actually brought up in my last video on this particular subject. I said that there's still a man by the name of Andy Ruiz that's still lurking in the back of AJ's head. And I'd be dang if Teddy Atlas didn't bring that up. And this is what he stated. He says, I'm not throwing any rocks at AJ. I'm giving him all the credit in the world. He has reinvented himself. He lost the titles, came back. He looked different. He performed different, and he acted different. And he got his belts back. He said, but did anyone notice how fragile he was in that comeback victory against Ruiz? How timid he was about getting hit with big shots? He said every time that there was some big exchanges in that fight, it's like he did not want to get, and he said that his cornermen and anybody who was rooting for AJ, that their hearts were in their throat, dreading the fact that he may get knocked out again. And AJ was too. This is Teddy Atlas's words. So he said he don't think that he's quite over that yet. And that may cause a problem against Pulev. He said he gives the win to AJ, but not without some adversity and not without some pressure from Pulev. He says he gives him something big late in the fight or a decision. He said he should come in and box Pulev, which is exactly what I said. He said he could most definitely stand in front of Pulev and exchange with him and knock Pulev out. But the same thing applies with Pulev. If you stand in front of him, he said he's not the biggest puncher in the world, but he's a heavyweight and he's big and he can crack. And this is heavyweight, y'all. He said, so there can be some danger against Pulev in this fight. He said, should AJ decide to fight a certain way. This is Teddy Atlas's breakdown and prediction. He says he gives the fight to AJ either by decision or something spectacular late in the fight, which is pretty much spot on to what Real Talk said. I'm just being honest. Now I want you guys, the handful of you guys who say, hey man, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. And listen, I'm not saying that Teddy knows what he's talking about all the time, because Teddy's gotten it wrong too. And that's my whole point to an opinion. Even a professional opinion can be wrong at sometimes too. But some of you out there are predicting this fight on Pulev's resume. And sometimes, now don't get me wrong, resumes make a big difference sometimes, but sometimes styles make a big difference. I do know that much. I am not here claiming I know everything. I am not here claiming that I'm right all the time. It's just my opinion. But my opinion was almost spot on, met head on with Teddy Atlas's. That's all I'm saying. So y'all go check out that video if you don't believe me. And I will be trying to do a live stream, Pulev versus AJ tomorrow. And as always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk Boxing, we gone.